Solo with my main man, Boob Driscoll, playing D&D, watching Beavis and Bed. Those were the days we were on a roll. Now I miss.
It's funny, the last song on this record was actually is actually turned out to be the most controversial song that we've ever had as a band, even since 2006 is when we started. It's called "Ode to Boob Driscoll," and based on a guy that I knew, it's not controversial because Boob is in the title. Man, his name was Boob. His name was Boober was his middle name, Jeff Boober Driscoll. And so we just all called him Boob. Yeah, hey Boob, what's up, Boob? And he was a Boob. I mean, he was a nerd, man, but he was a good dude, a good solid dude. And so we were we were friends, man, back in the day. We'd play, all the old Atari games, Nintendo games back in the 80s, 90s. And it's one of those situations where he was a close friend, but I just lost contact. To this day, I don't know where Boob is. And we've all had a Boob in our life. We've all had a couple of Boobs in our life. And Boob was the kind of guy that just was a great friend, but we've just lost contact, and I don't know to this day where Boob is. I hope he's doing well. If you find this Boob, hit me up. Let's chop it up and play some games again. But so it's just based on friendships. We've all had a friend like Boob in our lives, and if you're blessed enough to still have a Boob or two in your life, then great. That's awesome. But the song isn't controversial because it has the word boob in the title, because that's the guy's name, and as everybody knows, it's not a boob. It's his name was Boober, but it's also boob could mean an ignorant person or a silly person, and that also described him. So it worked on both levels. But that's not why it's controversial, because we had boob in the title. It's controversial because we used we used to watch the cartoon on MTV, Beavis, and I don't know if I can say it on here, Beavis and Head. And we actually put that in the song, and I didn't know at the time it was going to be so controversial, but and this goes into a different topic, our producer came to us and said, are you going to leave that in the song where you say the word and I was like, dude, it's a television show, it's the title of the show. He's like, yeah, but a lot of your listeners in the South will not appreciate you using that kind of language. I'm like, well, how many people that would not appreciate that kind of language actually listen to 45? How many people actually listen to us in general? We stink as a band. He's like, yeah, but you're going to lose some listeners on this. I said, well, then just can you put something over where I say that? I'm not going to change our message in the song because it might be offensive to somebody. And I said, can you like edit, do your work? A lot of hip hop music, man, they'll do a record scratch, or they'll do they blank it out altogether where it just goes silent. I said, work your magic, dude. I said, I'm not taking it out. I'm going to be real as an artist. So they did, and they, to avoid putting a parental advisory sticker on the album for people in the South, we just scratched the record over that word, even though, like I said, to me, it's not a big deal. I use that kind of language every day. But we did that, and that takes us to our next issue of why so many people would be offended by that. People ask all the time, they ask me, they ask the other guys in the band, are you guys a Christian band? My response is always, no, we're not Christian. We're not a Christian band. Are we Christians in a band? Probably. I know me and a couple other guys, I think they go to church. I go to church every Easter and Christmas, and we all pretty much believe in God or whatever. So, I don't know how much more Christian you can get than that. So yeah, we're not ashamed of possibly being Christians. We might be, and we're not ashamed of that. But we don't want to be in that box of being a Christian band. But I think what started that rumor, none of our lyrics were ever overtly religious. I think what really started that rumor was our first song that put us on the map, if you will, was Happy, Happy, Joy, Joy. And both of those words, from what they tell me, are in the Bible. Happiness and joy are two things discussed in the Bible a lot. So I guess people sort of heard that and assumed that we were a Christian band. But we never put that label on ourselves. We never wanted to be put in that box. Sometimes it's kind of embarrassing when people think that. I had somebody, as a matter of fact, ask us the other day, hey, will you come play at our church? And I'm like, we really don't want to get in. Nothing against churches, obviously, but we don't want to be put in that box of, oh, that's a church band. That's a Christian, that's a worship band. We're not, man. We're a band filled with chaos and fun. And are we Christians? As I said, maybe, probably. The chances are 50-50, but probably more like 60-40 that we probably are, because like I said, we believe in God. So but we don't want to be put in that category. So if people are offended by the song "Ode to Boob Driscoll" because of that word in the song, then that's on them. We thought about it a lot, and I won't say that we prayed about it, but we did think about it a lot, and we decided to go ahead and put that word in there. And like I said, the record label, they wanted to take it out, and that's fine. But I just hope people can listen to that song and think about the boobs that are in their lives, and be thankful for those boobs they have in their lives. And whether it's one or two, whatever. Some people have one good friend, some people have a couple of good friends in their lives. For me, I had one boob, and there'll never be another boob like boob. And so I just hope people enjoy the record, man. It is what it is. There's some fun moments. There's some musically painful moments for the listener. I'm sure of that. We usually try hard to do that in our albums. But I hope most of all that when people hear this and they listen to this, that they experience what was in our minds at the time when we were making this. And we want them to be reminded of better days and better times. And if they had a boob or two in their lives that they can remember and think back on, then great. They may have had a Cotton's neighbor in their life. They may have had a Bruce or have a Bruce in their life. And it's just about fun. That's what it is for us as a band. We never want to put any kind of stipulations on what we do as a band. We just sort of want to be who we are and let the music take its course, run its course through us and into the listeners' ears. And we definitely thank all the fans, man. Without them, it wouldn't be possible. I think we're up to like 43 on our Facebook page, and that's just, our minds are blown, man. I remember when we had 2 and 6 and 12, and now to think we're already up to 43 fans, man. We've been inactive for a while. Before our last project we did, Sunshine Every Day, the EP, man, we were on a hiatus for like years, man. And so to think that 43 people have stuck around, and that number is growing every couple of months, and we're thankful for that. We would not be where we are today without the fans.
I'd give anything to bring you back. Driscoll, where did you go? We were the target duo, but now I'm feeling so low.